Hi everyone, I am Mr. Ellifrits. I am the head of the Budo Ryu Kai Washington Shinobi-Den. I have been with the Budo Ryu since I was 16 years old. I was one of the very few students allowed to train under the age of 18. At the time of joining, I was a competitive swimmer for my high school, and after about 3.5 years of training at the Hanbu, I joined the United States Marine Corps. From there, being in the Marine Corps, I was able to continue my training with the online dojo, along with a few visits back home for different events such as the Dakomyosai. Before the Budo Ryu, my only other martial art experience was ATA Taekwondo. I believe I was about 10 years old, so obviously the training for that was going to be very different, not just because of the difference in martial arts. When you join a martial art as a kid, I think the main focus is on building character and self-confidence. Learning things like integrity, perseverance, what that means, and just kind of how you can apply it and embrace it. Or at least those are the lessons that really stuck out to me when I was in it. And for as a parent, I kind of think that's what the parents would expect as well. That's kind of what they hope for when they enroll their child. So I would say it actually did me very good for the age that I joined. Joining the Budo Ryu at the age of 16, in terms of what was expected of me, there was no real difference. If anything, I was maybe expected to bounce back a lot quicker when I was tired just because of my age. But the biggest difference for joining at the age was stuff that happened outside of the training. I remember one time my grades dropped in high school, and Sensei had to really lay into me and set me on the right path there. That ended up being really beneficial for me. Outside of that, she's just kind of always been there to talk to if I needed advice or just someone to lend an ear. And she really helped shape who I became as a young adult into grown man. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I enlisted in the Marine Corps right before I turned 20. Going into it, the Budo Ryu set me up for success, I think. It didn't make boot camp easy. Boot camp is never easy. And the Marines specifically pride themselves on having the hardest. Now, there is the Marine Corps Martial Arts program, and in that aspect, the Budo Ryu definitely set me up for excellency, I would say. I was able to spar against some instructors. I won more often than not. Anytime I would spar against people, pupils trying to learn, get the next belt in the program, I would still win more often than not. I would even occasionally show them how to better apply the techniques we were learning. It's not to say the program is bad. It's just having to account for everyone from all walks of life and all knowledge levels. They really have to break it down to the very, very basics for the beginner to mid-levels. For instance, I believe the first level had a page of about 20 techniques or so. I can't quite remember the exact number, but simply just moving to the left would count as one technique there. I think at some point in a lot of people's lives, they get real infatuated with the idea of martial arts and ninjas and samurai and just kind of Eastern culture. For me, that didn't really go away. It started in preschool, thanks to Power Rangers, Green Ranger Tommy. And it just grew and grew from there. I love all things martial arts, and when I saw the chance to be a ninja in Kansas City, 15 minutes from where I was living at the time, I kind of knew this was something I had to do. I saw the videos and I read Sensei's bio on the website, and all of it looked great to 16-year-old me, but the biggest factor was availability. There was nobody else out there that would be able to teach me this thing. And being a ninja was, at the time, the absolute coolest thing I could possibly think of. After I got in, the quality of training is something that's always really stood out to me. It was rough, it was intense, and it set forth the reality that combat is not going to be pretty, like some martial arts schools will have to show you. I also just really like the idea that I'd not only be learning the physical portion, but I'd also be learning historical and spiritual as well. Those are aspects I really liked about it. Before joining, like I mentioned, I saw the website, I read Soke's bio. The only two things I remember standing out were only non-Japanese woman to get a Menkyo Kaiden, and Martial Arts Hall of Fame. That alone kind of conveyed to me she really knew what she was doing. And then I also saw headmistress, the master of the school, So putting that with the other stuff, I kind of remember that thinking I would get very good quality training as well. I didn't want the pay $50 and stay for a month and here's your next belt type of lessons. I really wanted to kind of earn it. I wanted it to be very hard because I kind of know that, when you accomplish a hard task, it makes it feel that much better and it's that much more prestigious for you. At this point, I've been in so long that I've been so immersed in the Budo Ryu that I feel like if I were to leave it and find another school, I would be betraying myself. Not just because I see the Budo Ryu as a family, but it's also, I don't see myself getting the same quality of training in any other martial arts schools. So for me to join, I feel like it'd be the equivalent of settling, and I just don't want to do that when it comes to that. She's intense. You may have heard the line in a video or two of hers where she'll say she demands excellence and she will get excellence. That mentality is still there when you reach the Hanbu floor. Of course, she doesn't expect everyone to be, great as soon as they enter. It's more about giving it maximum effort, 130%. From there, any areas that you're weak on, she can help you fix and get better at. Your strengths she will help accentuate, and she also has a very obvious love. If you talk to her about it, there's a very obvious love for the martial arts and what it is that she teaches. I don't think anyone would be able to withstand all the negativity she gets if she didn't feel super passionate about what it is that she does. So that's always something that's really admirable about her. The online dojo is very good because you have access to it anywhere. I was in Japan and I still had access to all of my relevant material for my belt levels, and I was able to go out and practice almost every other day. Really all you need is the motivation to kind of go out and do it, and from there, you'll record yourself doing the techniques. If you feel like you're ready, you'll send it to Sensei, and she's very good about getting you feedback as soon as possible. Whether that's, yes, this is good, you can move on, show me the next technique, or hold on, you messed up this portion about it, fix it, and then reshoot the video, and then later go on down that path. So again, if you guys are in the state of Washington, in the Walla Walla area, and you're interested in authentic ninjutsu and samurai bujutsu, I am Mr. Ellifrits. Please click the link below to my Facebook page, send me a message, and I will be happy to schedule you for a free class if that's what you're interested in.